So this is a meeting with the Board of Equalization. Just to let you know, we are being recorded, and it is going out in the airwaves. So please be kind. We recognize and support your right to come register your concerns and appeal the appraisals that are given. Our duty is to hear both sides and make a determination based upon the facts as we see them. The assessor must assess values at market value on all properties in Bannock County. The appeal process gives the property owner the chance to appeal said value before said board. If for some reason the decision rendered does not meet with your satisfaction, we encourage you to file an appeal with the State Board of Tax Appeals, or you can also go to the district courts. It is imperative that you focus on property valuations, not on protesting your taxes, and this will help the procedure move forward faster. We'll ask Deputy Clerk Nancy Allen to swear participants in.
Stand?
Stand.
You solemnly swear that any testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Thank you. So the process is you'll be given 3 minutes to tell your side of it. We can ask some questions, and then the assessor's table will be given 3 minutes to tell their side, and then we can ask some questions. You'll be given 2 minutes more to talk about whatever's talked about there, and then the board will have a discussion and we'll make a decision. So please state your names and then begin your 3 minutes.
My name is Robert Floronson. Want me to spell it?
Kim Carlson.
Okay. Okay. We're appealing for several different reasons. One, we were appraised as an individual dwelling instead of as a duplex. Two, we were being assessed as having a living room on the second floor, which we do not have. There's only 1 bedroom, bathroom, and a walk-in closet on that floor. 3, the picture of our townhouse was not even our home in the paperwork. 4, they have us at having 4 or 5 fixtures in the bathrooms, which is not correct. We only have a shower, toilet, and sink in both bathrooms. 5, the living room, kitchen, and dining room are all 1 room. 6, our townhome is only duplex in Portneuf Golf Estates, is not border Juniper Hills Golf Course. And I know that's a factor in assessing value. 7, our main living area windows faces the sidewall of a 2-story condo building. We are connected to another duplex that was assessed at a lower value of $90,000 less than our home, and it actually borders on the golf course. The last condos that have sold around us are all largely square foot and with better views. So we have been assessed since 2018 74% more. And just in this last year alone, it went up 35%, which I think is pretty excessive. And for those reasons, we decided to appeal this. I'm sorry?
Can we both talk?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things I talked to a Joshua Stokes when I called. He's an appraiser, I believe. Oh,
in the
okay.
assessor's office.
Okay, and so one of the things we were talking, we actually went over and looked at the profile of the home. And that's where we made a lot of change. There was a lot of changes and differences here. I think he might have made some corrections at that time. I think that he had me ask for a kitchen, living room, dining room, family room, all of that downstairs, and I didn't have enough time to get it in. I did kind of draw up a little schematic here, but it's like an apartment grand room is what it is. I actually measured to where if you're sitting at our breakfast bar, it's not even 2 feet to touch my dining table. 2.5 feet to touch our living room chairs, and into the couch. So it is just one big grand room there. If that makes a difference on how you're classifying the many different rooms that you have.
Okay.
My,
So your time's up,
Okay.
okay.
or your 3 minutes. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, we'll turn 3 minutes over to the assessor's table.
Thank you. So in reviewing this file, it does appear that when Joshua spoke with the appellant, they did find several opportunities for correction. Since then, the house has been reclassified as a twin home, and it looks like there was also an adjustment made to the fixture count of the bathrooms to be in line with how we would typically represent those. In regards to the issue of what we have interior living space, you know, if we have it classified as a living room or a bedroom, for the purposes of mass appraisal, we don't differentiate value for room count other than bathrooms. So if you have 1,000 square feet, it could be 15 bedrooms or 1 living room. It would still have the same contributory value for how we look at it from a mass appraisal standpoint. And looking at, you know, some of the appellant's points of how we had those rooms classified, it is always our desire to have them appropriately classified. It just wouldn't have an impact directly on the assessed value. And so with all of the changes that Joshua uncovered, that lowered the assessed value from $323,074 down to $289,446, and it would be our recommendation that we lower it to that adjusted value.
Okay. Now you got 2 more minutes for questions or rebuttal.
Yeah, one of the points I'd like to make is when we're talking about the description of the home, I think the original contractor had a set of plans, and that's probably what he submitted, I'm guessing. It's been over 30 years, so I don't know, but we wanted a different plan. I mean, we didn't, well, Kim was looking, we didn't need 4 bedrooms. And so he said, just put chalk lines down where you want walls and things like that and stuff, and then he crumpled up the plans and threw them in the garbage. So my guess is that's how they originally got turned in, and unbeknownst to us. So we had some big issues with him.
And the other thing that opened up my, why I started the appeal was after looking at our twin home, the connected wall, and I believe that they were real close to 227 or 247, somewhere in there. And I know facing the golf course is not an issue, it sounds like, but their home, I mean, they do have more of that. I just didn't know how $90,000 worth of difference could be in 2 like homes. So, and in drawing this, I understood what he was talking about as far as the number of rooms doesn't make a difference, but on the upstairs, it's only a quarter of the house, and it is only a bedroom, walk-in closet, and bathroom, where they had as a living room, like a sitting area and all that. So I don't know if it has been looked at, and hopefully on here you'll fix. I think the picture that they have shown on here was our neighbor's house, not our house, when I looked at the profile and put it up online. So.
Okay. Any comments with that?
No, I don't think so. It does look like we've accurately reflected it, and I'm not sure which picture it is, but it may be cause to take a new photo of the home, for sure.
Okay. Commissioners?
I have a couple quick questions. What's from an appraisal standpoint, what is the difference between a duplex and a single-family residence? Is there much of one?
So the way that we look at it from a mass appraisal standpoint, the way we classify it, it always comes down to land ownership. So like a duplex versus a twin home. With a duplex, we would consider the entire parcel and the entire home as one. It's owned as one parcel, to where you can live in one half, rent the other. You could rent both of them out. With a twin home, the parcel only contains the ownership of half of the structure and half of the land. And so, and then again, further with a condo, you would typically only own the structure itself and not the land. And so our biggest concern when we look at these every year is that we look at all of them the same way. So where this one, they own half of the total structure that's connected and the land, we would call that a twin home. And then we make sure that we call every other one like that a twin home. we sometimes do find discrepancies in what we might call something and what a property owner might call it. But in the interest of equity, as long as we're calling whatever's selling the same thing that we're looking at, and all the others like it, then we can rest assured that we're looking at it equitably.
Okay. And then part two of that is, do you have the assessed value of the property next to it, which is 6729 running iron? Because I look at last year's numbers and they're pretty much identical. There's about $6,000 difference in last year's assessment using the parcel viewer.
It looks like the neighboring parcel had an assessed value this year of 252,255, and it looks like there was a BOE decision from 2019 that was placed on that parcel as a sound value or an override. That it does look like there was an error on the part of our office, and we did not remove that. So that parcel should have gone up equitably to what this subject parcel did.
Thank you.
Well, this property also come in 2019 at a BOE. And the value was set at $216,539.
You had a question.
Oh, sir, I'm sorry,
I'm sorry. A couple things.
okay, direct all questions
Oh,
right
sorry.
here.
The land you might be referring to, there is some property, but it was, you couldn't build on it because there weren't setbacks and stuff like that. But myself and my friend that built the places, we own that jointly. And because neither one of us wanted it, so we said, okay, we both own it. So, but it's, you can't build on it or anything. So it's pretty much worthless and just costs money to maintain. But, so, yeah, that's about the only point
Okay, Commissioners?
we want to make.
You've been
Again, it comes back to,
calculating down there.
what's that?
You've been calculating. down there.
I've actually been playing with some of the other aspects of looking at it, but as I look at it, is we have Board of Equalization that came before us in 2019. Even if you came off of 2019 BOE and you took a 30% off of 2019, which is 15% per year, that puts you at 281,501. If you come off of the 227 of the correction of last year and come off of 15%, it puts you 2786.
262,034.
Yeah, there you go. So,
And the neighboring property is at 252, 255.
yes. So
Without an adjustment.
yeah. So I would say somewhere in there.
I like the 262.
Motion?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that on parcel PGE 001303, we make an adjustment to the valuation to $262,034.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So we've adjusted your property down to 262,034, excuse me. If that doesn't meet your satisfaction, you have the ability to appeal to the state. But from what we've looked at in BOE this year and stuff, there is an increase. Next year, I'm sure it'll go up again. It's just the nature of our market.
Well, yeah, it seems,
And
percentage-wise, it seems like it's going up pretty rapidly.
it is, and that's what we say. If we go back and add 15% to last year, which that's very easy to do with our market area,
Yeah.
and that's the adjustments we've been making for years.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
For your time.
Well, that was painless.
We've only had one person try.
Sometimes you just gotta try. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
So, you ever eat at Remo's?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the people that own Remo's.
Is that them?
Oh, they were.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
I remember seeing him there all the time.
I didn't know that, but now that you say that.
It was a good restaurant.